Governor Abbott, at an event about fentanyl today, was asked a lot of questions about the leak of hallway video from the Uvalde school shooting. He stopped short of making any comments about the way the video was released, but other elected officials are still explaining why they wanted to wait for the video to come out. Fox 4's Stephen Dial is live with more on that. Stephen.
There continues to be fallout about the leaked video, mostly on social media now and some from politicians. But today, Governor Abbott, as you mentioned, in Houston, taking a lot of questions about his reaction to the video and also what they prepare to do before students return to school this next school year.
The families of the victims, they deserve to know exactly what happened.
While talking about the dangers of fentanyl in Houston, Governor Greg Abbott was asked multiple questions about the Robb Elementary School shooting investigation. Earlier this week, video from the hallways of the school during the shooting and the police response was released by media outlets in Austin and raised even more questions about what went wrong.
None of the information that was in that video was shared with me on that day, and so it was shocking.
The Texas House and Senate have had multiple committee hearings investigating what went wrong. The House is set to release its preliminary report in a few days. The initial criticism of the responding officers was based on an account of the video, but following that release, there were more concerns. One officer seen casually getting hand sanitizer, another on his phone. El Paso State Representative Joe Moody, who was on the House Investigative Committee, broke his silence, wanting criticism of that officer to stop. He tweeted saying, quote, "This is the husband of teacher Eva Morales, who was contacting him on his phone from her classroom while he was on scene to say that she'd been shot and was dying." As the investigation continues, Governor Abbott says the focus is also on next school year.
There's some things that must be done before the school year begins.
Safety and door inspections of all schools in the state are going on this summer. Abbott says he is confident reforms will be made by the legislature, but has refused to call a special session on school security.
We'll just need to wait and see how quickly agreement can be reached on those programs and exactly what those programs are. However, the status quo is unacceptable.
In answering reporter questions, Governor Abbott also said that the House Investigative Committee still plans on releasing details to the family members of those victims on Sunday, and then eventually the media will get possibly that preliminary report as well.
All right, Stephen, we have heard a lot of politicians complaining, especially locals in Uvalde, about not being able to control the release of the video, but I get the sense the parents just wanted to see it. And now they have seen it. Is that the sentiment you are seeing and hearing?
Yeah, it really seems like a tale of two stories, especially like I mentioned, if you look on social media. Lawmakers are in their right of saying that they would have hoped for Uvalde family members, the victims' families, to see it first, but news publications and station releasing it out of a sense of transparency, something that's been blocked from the public view. And most of the parent or family reactions that you've seen in interviews on air and online have been talking about the response and not so much about seeing the video itself before Sunday.
Right, not the release. All right, Stephen Dial reporting live. Thanks, Stephen.